Hi, I'm Joachim for Statistics Globe, and in this video I'll explain how to remove data frame columns by the column name using the R programming language. So in the video I'm going to show you several examples, and all of these examples are based on the data frame that we can create with lines 2 to 5 of the code. So if you run these lines of code, you will see that at the top right of RStudio a new data frame object appears, which is called data. And we can have a look at this data frame by clicking on the data object, and then you can see that a new window appears, which is showing the structure of our data. And as you can see, our data frame contains 5 rows and 4 columns: x1, x2, x3 and x4. So let's assume that we want to remove the columns x1 and x3 of this data frame. Then we can apply the code that you can see in line 7. And in this line of code, I'm using the names function and the in operator to exclude the columns x1 and x3. So if you run line 7 of the code, you will see that at the top right of RStudio a new data frame object appears, which is called data1. And we can click on this data object to see the structure of the data, and then you can see that this is a subset of our original data frame, but this time our subset contains only the variables x2 and x4. So in this first example I have shown you a very simple way on how to remove data frame columns by their name. However, the R programming language provides many different alternatives on how to remove columns from a data frame, and for that reason I want to show you several other ways on how to do this in the following examples. So in the second example I'm again using the names function as in example 1. However, this time I'm specifying the variables that I want to keep instead of the variables that I want to remove. And the only difference compared to the previous example in line 7 is that this time we are not using this bang in front of the names function, and we are specifying the variable names that we want to keep instead of the variable names that we want to exclude. So if you run line 9 of the code, you will see that another data frame object appears at the top right of RStudio, which is called data2. And we can click on this data frame as well to see the structure of our data frame subset. And as you can see, this data frame subset contains exactly the same variables as our data frame data1. However, this time we have specified the variables that we want to keep instead of the variables that we want to remove. So another alternative that I want to show you is based on the subset function, as you can see in line 11 of the code. So within the subset function, we need to specify the name of our data frame, and then we need to specify which columns we want to select or which columns we do not want to select. So in this case, we are specifying the columns that we want to remove. And for that reason, we are specifying a minus sign in front of the variable names that we want to remove. So if you run line 11 of the code, you will see that another data frame appears at the top right. And this data frame is also consisting of the variables x2 and x4 as in the previous examples, but this time we have used the select function to select our data frame columns. In the next example, I want to show you how to use the within functions and the remove functions to remove certain variables from our data frame. And as you can see in line 13 of the code, we have to specify the name of our data frame within the within function. And then we also have to specify within the remove function the variable names that we want to remove. So if you run line 13 of the code, you can see that another data frame appears at the top right, and this data frame is again having the same structure as the data frame subsets that we have created before, but this time we have used the remove and the within functions. Now, a very powerful package that is provided by the R programming language is the dplyr package. And the dplyr package is very popular when it comes to data manipulation in R. And for that reason, I also want to show you how to remove certain variables by variable name using the functions of the dplyr package. And if we want to use the functions of the dplyr package, we need to install and load the dplyr package first, as you can see in lines 15 and 16 of the code. I have installed the package already, so I'm just going to load it with line 16 of the code. So after running this line of code, we are able to use the functions of the dplyr package, such as the select function. So in line 18 of the code, I'm showing you how to use the select function to remove certain variables by variable name from our data frame. And as you can see within the select function, we have to specify the name of our data frame, and we also have to specify the variables that we want to remove with a minus sign in front of the variable names. So if you run line 18 of the code, another data frame appears at the top right of RStudio, which is called data5. And as you can see, this data frame contains of exactly the same columns as the data frames that we have created in the previous examples, but this time we have used the select function of the dplyr package. Now, another very popular package for data manipulation in R is the data table package. And for that reason, I finally want to show you a last example in which I'm using the data table package. And as we did before with the dplyr package, we also need to install and load the data table package before we can use it. And this is what I'm doing in lines 20 and 21 of the code. I have installed the package already, so I'm just going to load it with line 21 of the code. And after running this line of code, we can use the functions of the data table package, such as setDT. However, in this example, I'm first going to duplicate our original data frame because the setDT function will modify our input data frame, and for that reason I want to keep a data version that is containing all the original variables of our original data frame. So if you run line 23 of the code, you can see that another data frame appears, which is called data6. However, this data frame is at this point consisting of exactly the same data as our original data frame. But if we run line 24 of the code, our data frame is updated. So if we now have a look at our data frame, you can see that this data frame consists of exactly the same columns as the subsets that we have created before. However, this time we have used the data table package to remove the columns from our data frame. One additional thing that you have to note when you're using the data table package is that the setDT function is changing the class of our data frame. So our original input data is a data frame. However, the new data frame that we have created with the setDT function is a data table. So please keep that in mind when you are using the functions of the data table package. So in this video, I have explained how to remove certain variables from a data frame by the column name. However, in case you want to learn more on this topic, you could check out my homepage, statisticsglobe.com, because on the homepage I have recently published a tutorial in which I'm explaining the content of this video in some more detail, and I will put a link to this tutorial into the description of the video. Furthermore, if you have liked this video, I would be very happy if you leave me some positive feedback in the comments, and make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get notifications in future when I'm releasing new videos to the channel. That's it for this video. Thanks a lot. See you next time. Bye bye.